Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to the third stage of 3D installation. In this stage is called the color top coat, where you coat the base with the color that rhymes with your SAV. SAV is known as the self-adhesive vinyl. The material or the print or the picture that you want to install on your base. In your base, you have to consider the most occurring picture or the most seen picture on your base. That is when you determine the type of color top coat you will install on your base. In this case, you can see it is green. So my color top coat will have to be green on the base. So let us start with the mixing. First, like I said earlier on, the epoxy resin, which is the component A, which is to the ratio of 2:1 to the epoxy hardener. First, let us start with the mixing. So you pour your epoxy resin to your container, and in this case, like I said earlier, the ratio of the mixing is 2:1, but since you are adding your color top coat, the ratio will be 3.5, which is the ratio of 3:1 and half, 2:1 and half, which is 2 epoxy resin, 1 hardener, and half of the color top coat to get your complete mixture. Like I said earlier on, if you mix it and you don't get the complete mixture, the mixture will not cure. Like we've primed before, after priming, you see the base is primed and everywhere is cured. It's very, very smooth. After priming, if you don't get the mixture, the base will not be cured. Everywhere will just be like a liquid or a base where water is being poured upon. But if you get the ratio of the mixture, the base will be well cured, just like this our base. So now I've poured the resin. Now is to pour the hardener. Like I said earlier, 2:1. Then if you want to mix the color pigment is 3:1/2, which is 2 epoxy resin, 1 hardener, and half of the color pigment. So scrap everything. Make sure that everything is inside the bowl, the turning bowl, just like I have said earlier on our previous video. So this is how it is being done. So after this, you turn for a few minutes. You turn it for a few minutes, maybe a few seconds or a few minutes. After turning, you now pour our color pigment. You pour our color pigment and turn vigorously for 5 minutes or more. It depends. If you have a larger base where you have a large area and a large mixture of components, you turn for a larger minute. But since we have a small mixture and a small base, we turn for 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes at least. You turn very well. Make sure you scrap from the cup all the mixtures everywhere and turn it very well for the mixture to mix very well. complete for a minimum of 5 minutes. Like I said earlier, combine the mixture of component A and component B. Component A being the epoxy resin, component B, which is the hardener, and it's also called a catalyst in case different companies has their own chemicals, but the most common one in the market is epoxy resin and the hardener. You can get easily anywhere, anytime. So I have been turning for 5 minutes. This is a color top coat. So after the color top, after mixing for 5 minutes, remember I said you have to mix for at least a minimum of 5 minutes. So after the mixture, you come to our base and make sure that our base is clean again. After priming, you clean the base for the smoothness. Then after, you now pour our mixed resin, hardener and the color pigment. But remember, this is a new brush. The first one is already condensed. You cannot, in 3 epoxy installation, you cannot make use of one brush or one component repeatedly. This is a new brush. The first one has already been condensed, because if you look at it now, as it is, the first brush is hardened. There is no how we can make use of it again. So it cannot be used for any purpose again in epoxy installation. So we now have our another brush. This is a new brush. As you can see, it's very flexible, unlike the previous one that is stiff. So we have to make use of another brush. Then we pour our mixed components on our base and make sure it goes around just like the priming process. It goes around our base. So as you can see, this is what I'm doing. This is the mixture of our color pigments. You have to make sure that everything goes around the base. So like I said earlier on, the mixture has to rhyme with the vinyl that you are going to install on the floor of your base. If you have a blue vinyl, that means the color top coat should have a blue color top coat. So as you can see, this is it. This is how it's being done. Smoothly, very smoothly. This is our color top coat. As you can see, the base is now in green color. But just make sure that everything is well mixed before you combine. So this is our color top coat, and this is our third stage, which is the color top coat. So after this stage, you can now go ahead to paste our vinyl, which will now happen in the next stage. So after putting on the color top coat, we still allow it to cure for another 6 hours. A minimum of 6 hours and a maximum of 12 to 200 hours. So this is our color top coat. When next we come, after our 6 hours, this base must have cured. Thank you and God bless you.